Hello ladies, it is Hillary of Creative Faith, and today I am using the latest Creative Faith Cutable, and it is all about Queen Esther. And so I'm giving you guys a little peek into all the goodies that come in this kit. I'll be sure to put a link in the description below so you guys can check it out for yourself. It is a digital kit, and so you can print the elements as many times as you want for personal use only. And you'll see all these images. You get a devotion and questions to meditate on and verse cards, and the whole kit is called Chosen, and it is about Queen Esther. And I printed a few of the elements, which I'm showing you guys here, on clear sticker paper, and I end up only using one of those, but that's okay. So anyways, I am here in Esther, the book of Esther, and I am focusing mostly on the end of chapter 4, where Esther asks Mordecai to have the people fast and pray. And so I already, as you guys can see, did the left side of the page back in March of last year, and so I'm going to do the right side of the page, and then at the end I'll draw an arrow over, so it'll be now a 2-page spread. So you guys saw me at the beginning of when I started to work on this page take some washi tape and put it on the back side of my hand and then stick it on top of the tab. And so I did that so the tab would not get any gelatos on it, and you to put it on your hand first to try and get it so that it's not as sticky. But at the end, it does end up ripping the tab a little bit anyways, but it kind of worked. So I was covering the tab from the other side of the page. I wanted to pull yellows. That's one of the colors of the kit, but I didn't realize that this gelato was going to be quite so yellow. It is really a bright yellow, and so I end up taking white paint and going over it because this was just a little bit too bright for me. But I wanted to try and cover up the bleed through in some way, and so that's why I went with the gelato, and I think mixing the gelato and the paint ended up working really well to cover up the bleed through from the back side of the page. I very rarely prep my pages. It's just more work. And so for me, it's a better kind of creative challenge to try and think of how I can work with the bleed through or cover it up. I love using gelatos in Bible journaling. I haven't been using them as much lately, but I do have a blog post about 5 favorite ways of using gelatos, and so I'll be sure to put a link in the description below for that blog article so you guys can check that out. But the technique I used, you guys saw, I just took the gelato and I colored on the page. I knew I just wanted it to be in kind of the upper corner. And I think the yellow kind of in the upper corner balances out the lower corner with the crown on the other side of the page. And then I used a baby wipe to smear it. So pretty easy technique for a background. And so I love how the white on top of it ended up looking. Like, I think it just kind of toned it down a little bit. So I cut out some of the jewels that come in the kit. And then my mom I realized I didn't have any stamps that were jewels. And this kit, that's kind of a big part of it. And so my mom was at Michael's the other day and found these really cute jewel stamps. And so I had a lot of fun playing with them. I think it would be really fun to maybe emboss them or paint them with watercolors, like fill it in with different colors. So I'm excited to play with the jewels, but they go along with this kit because we're talking about how precious places are, and how for this page I'm focusing on how precious our prayers are. And so the jewels kind of represent that and go along with the royalty kind of Queen Esther. And so you'll see in the top left corner, the stamp I got ink on the side and I didn't realize it, and I stamped it anyways, and so I'm just getting again a little creative with using washi tape to cover up the stamp bit. But I love the gold of the washi tape, and I think that also kind of matches with the precious theme that I was going with for this page. And so Queen Esther asks her uncle and kind of adopted father Mordecai to have the people pray and fast, and before she goes to talk to the king about what the evil guy Haman was going to do. And so I was just really thinking, I've been thinking a lot lately about prayers and focusing kind of on prayers, and a lot of my Bible journaling pages have been about that, and just how we are called to pray. And God wants us to pray with others, pray for others. He wants us to fast, and I had never fasted before until I was living in the Dominican Republic and heard a few sermons about fasting. And so I think that's something important for us to do. These are little word strips that come in the kit, and there was one that said precious on it, and so I'm cutting that one out, and so it'll end up saying called to pray precious prayers. And so I am using the glue pen here to glue down the word precious. I've been really loving using this glue pen. I got it at Craft Warehouse. And then you'll see I use the acrylic stamp block to put my stickers for the word prayers. So that way I know kind of where I need to start the word and where I need to end it, so that I don't run into the word going off the page like I've done before. So I kind of measured it out. So it says called to pray precious prayers, and then I'm going to put a box around the main verse and then draw an arrow over to it. So this is a good idea if you have the verses on one side of the page but you want to still journal on that spread, and so you can just use an arrow to kind of draw attention from one page to the next. And I kind of used similar colors to coordinate and match. So anyways, I would love it if you guys picked up this kit in my Etsy store. I'd love to see what you do with it. And here are some close-ups. Be sure to subscribe to the Creative Faith YouTube channel for more Bible journaling videos and faith inspiration. And I hope you guys are calling on the Lord in prayer and knowing that He is answering in His time and in His way. Till the next video, bye!